Hi, my name's Jacqueline Mifsud. I'm having some no-name beer and chatting to my friends about cultural stereotypes. Do you guys have a big drinking culture in your country?
Yes. Don't remember about it.
Oh yeah, the old Russian over here.
The first thing when they heard about that you are Russians, they say vodka. That's the first word.
That's pretty much it. So you don't have vodka for breakfast?
No, we don't.
I don't know. I don't know what's racist and what's true.
Most of the people think that we have a vodka on breakfast, on lunch, and on dinner. So we're drinking without stopping or something like this. Yeah, we have these people who drinking like they're not drinking during the week. They start drinking on Friday evening and continue on Saturday and on Sunday. And on Mondays they go to work.
So it's not
normal.
like to keep, because I thought it was to keep warm when you have really cold winters.
Well, it's just in some cities where it's really extremely cold, like minus 45, minus 50. Yeah, they drinking vodka sometimes just for heating themselves because it's really difficult just to go on the street. It's freezing. But for example, in my city, no, it's not so cold, so we're not drinking vodka so often, and vodka just for celebration.
Really? So it's like your champagne?
Yeah, so like champagne and vodka and like cognac. It's just
it's so fancy.
Usually for celebration. But for usual days, it's just wine or beer.
Oh, Indian drinks?
Okay, so if you see, like how she said, people our age, we do drink a lot. But it's not like if you see festivals, no drinking whatsoever. Like on a majority, no. But then if you see the younger people, they after work they might go for a drink or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty fast paced. Just like she said. Like even if they do drink on a weekday, I mean it's pretty normal. Like you won't see people not drinking on a weekday. Like
You won't see people not drinking. That should be like a slogan for your city.
And plus, I mean, Mumbai is a very fast paced. Like no one's resting or sleeping or whatever.
But you got so you're always working a lot as well.
Yeah.
So do you think Australians are lazy then? Because we have like 100 public holidays.
I won't say it's lazy. I mean, people are pretty chilled out. I mean, if that's the right way to say it. But like in Mumbai at least, everyone's like, you need to make money. You need to do this. You need to do that. Everything has to be like
because it's more competitive, isn't it? You need to really work hard.
It's very competitive because like my dad he made his money when he was a little bit younger. So like my cousins, when they look up to him, sometimes he would wake them up at like 3 a.m. Just he would choose like a random day and just call all of them at like 3 a.m. and he would tell them, "Oh, are you awake? Do you know that money is just running outside your window and you're sleeping?"
Oh my gosh.
That sounds really creepy.
And it would haunt them for like a month. And they would be awake at 3 a.m. and they would be ready. They'd get everything done, and by 6 they're out of the house and they're going to make money.
Oh my god, doing what? Like mining for gold?
Oh no, you know.
At 3?
No, it's because like back home, the earlier you open, the more you'll get the business from those people who are like randomly in need of that business at that time. See, like here, you won't find people awake at 9.
No.
You know, at 10 you won't, like maybe 10 is when like shops are starting to yawn and open, you know, and things like that.
Shops are yawning.
Yeah, but in Nairobi, you'll find like some shops that will close maybe at midnight. And you'll find it still open again at 7 in the morning, you know, sharp. Some of them will even go 24 hours, like when it comes to food. That's why like for today, it's been really unusual for me. Like it's a public holiday.
Oh yeah, it's Good Friday.
Everything is not working. Everything is not working. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's
like for
really
me,
unusual.
the question
Why
would
aren't
be,
you working?
why aren't you working? Don't you want to make
What are
money?
you doing? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, don't you want to make money? Do you know if you opened up, you'd get like 10 to 20 to 30 extra dollars from the stray person on the street outside. Like that's how we think. But when you come here, I think it's because like you guys are already Australia's already developed, I guess. Yeah. And like there's still more, of course, that is going on, but they're way ahead of like where we are as a country, like in Nairobi.
But then again, if it's like a holiday, let's say not office people, but then shops go overtime. Like if it's like it's a holiday, so people will be out, so there will be
No matter
It's
what,
like-
Yeah.
they will
It's-
working. In
yeah.
Russia's the same situation. On holidays, most of the shops are working. They're not closed. Most of the shops are
Yeah.
working.
Well, because I think everyone that's open on public holidays like today, Good Friday, they are foreigners, and they're like, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna,
Exactly.
like,
Yes.
it's $10 for a loaf of bread. Here it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, we were even googling trying to figure out if Macca's would be open at night, and we were like, "Oh, it's going to be open." It was closed.
I didn't know McDonald's
It was closed
Oh my
because
gosh.
in Brunswick it was closed.
Yeah.
So the only place that was open was a kebab shop.
Yeah.
And we're like, yes, the kebab shop had to be open. They know the value of
They know the value of obscured meats squeezed together.
And we were those stray people who offered them the extra money at that time of the night, you know?
Yes.
This
So
is the smart people who's working on holidays.
the work ethic is totally different, you know.
Do people ask you weird questions, like being from Kenya, like from Australians?
Yeah,
like they
I
just-
get
they
I
think
get
you-
people always trying to touch my hair, trying to figure
Yeah.
out. Like,
I did one.
where
I
I'm
told you I wanted
from.
to. I didn't.
No, but
I'm
it's
like,
okay.
Don't
Like
touch people.
some ask nicely. I've had some go like, "Oh, can I touch it?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna touch it anyway."
That's not how
What?
consent works. That's
It's
rude.
rude.
Yeah, it's real rude. But I did have a really interesting situation where I had the same hair, but it
Yeah.
was blonde.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked into a 7-Eleven and there was a homeless guy having a coffee. And he was African.
Yeah.
And I think he was Jamaican, I'm not sure. But he said, she's the girl Bob Marley. I'm like, dude, no.
They're not dreads. They're beautiful swizzles. Are they called swizzles?
Yeah, but it's just about taking it light humidly because I actually broke down into laughter. Like, it made my day. It made my day.
Yeah, as long as you think you're kind of sure it comes from a good place.
Yeah.
You're just
True,
like,
true.
what?
Yeah, but I do attract like sometimes I've had a situation where somebody on the train doesn't even talk to me, doesn't even introduce themselves. They've just been staring at me the whole time real creepily. And then when they leave, when they're leaving the train, like when they're getting off, they're like, "Which country are you from?" I'm like, hello would have been interesting before you shouted out to the whole train.
Then they just run off. Where are you from?
I'm like,
They
and
just
no,
run.
it's like they're holding the train hostage because they're in between the door and the exit, the exit and they're just there standing and it's beeping. I was like, which country are you from? And I feel like I have to answer so that he can stop holding the train hostage, because it doesn't move until it's just beeping because he can't,
my
like, he has to
gosh.
get off.
No, it's,
So-
it's the first impression. Like,
It's just,
'cause
I
they don't
get-
know if you can even speak English. They're just like, I don't know what this woman is doing. Is she
Yeah.
foreign? Is she coming here to steal our hair products?
Most of them assume it's weird. Most of them assume that I have learned my English from Australia, and most of them assume I've
No, you
lived
speak
somewhere
far
else.
too well.
Yeah.
Because I love, like, so many Australians go overseas just completely knowing the language of the country they go to. They're just like, why don't you understand what I'm saying? It's not the language of this country. And be respectful. They're just
Yeah.
like, well, you should speak English. It's like, sorry, they should speak English. Like, even when I went to Japan, I was all just like, just being so humble, like, I'm so sorry, I'm a piece of shit. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm saying. I just this and that, and I was just like, I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry. Some people just talk to people and they expect them to know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but then
dude.
people in Japan they're so nice, like
Oh my
Really?
god.
Yeah.
just
So
too kind. They're really, really
all
nice,
sorts of
yeah.
kawaii. Yeah. And people I just don't like, even when so I lived in Paris for like 4 years, and English speakers expecting them to speak English or saying they're rude.
Yes.
They're rude because you're being rude. You just go, oh, g'day, can I just get a pie? Like, no one knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
You're in a French-speaking country.
And they're just like, you don't
Remember
understand
that.
English. And they do understand English, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
at a certain rate that you are
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
It's fluent, and they don't understand
Sure.
that.
Accents
Yeah.
are different, dialects
Really
are different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we have a funny thing, especially when Russians, when they go to foreign country and they don't know English, they think if they speak loudly, people will understand
Yes.
them. It's really funny.
Oh, it gets like that.
They can't
Just-
say any word in English, just maybe one or two words, and they start speaking in Russian language and start screaming and things that if they will scream, people will understand them.
And that's why you get the stereotype of being aggressive. It's
Yes.
just like, this person's just yelling at me. Have any of you felt like judged or because you don't look like you're from Australia, people have treated you differently before you've even said anything? Like, have you had any situations where...
I'm socially pretty awkward, so I don't talk to people, so I don't really know what they're thinking about me. So yeah, but no,
no one's just like,
really.
fix my computer or something?
No, not really, not yet.
Thank goodness.
I mean, there have been maybe a couple of times where you see people looking at you, but yeah, that's about it.
But you,
Not usually.
So
I've not really had a problem.
That's good.
Yeah.
Or else I'd get you to write down the names and addresses. I'm coming for you.
Well, sometimes, occasionally, but it's not happened to me just in Australia only. It happened to me when I was in Dubai as well. Like, cab drivers sometimes don't pick me up, or they pick me up for the wrong reasons.
Oh my gosh.
But then that's
What
the
do you
case
mean
for
the wrong reasons? Wait.
I've had cab drivers pick me up because I'm African. So yeah. So probably they have like some sort of fetish or something, and I'm assuming
Want you to do voodoo or something?
no,
Witch doctor?
they want to date you or they want to do something, or they're just really sleazy. So they give you a free cab ride so they can find like that. They take you home so they know where home is, and then they badger you into giving them your number or something. I've had that, and I've had cab guys who've actively ignored me. Like in Dubai, they switch off the cab sign.
Yeah.
And then ahead of me, they'd pick up other people. Like,
Do you think you know why they do that?
in Dubai,
what do they assume?
In Dubai, I knew it was a thing. I was prepared for it. I was told, they'd probably not pick you up, but they'd pick up like Caucasians or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because you're probably a threat. Is that?
I really don't. I was more like they'd rather. I think it's like a superiority/inferiority complex.
Oh.
Yeah. So they feel like you're less inferior probably, or maybe you'd probably want to go somewhere nearby for less, for what, I don't know. I don't know.
Worth their time.
You're not worth their time or something. Sometimes it would get me mad, but I would just calm myself down because I always think it's a stereotype they've put on me. It's up to me to break that glass barrier, you know. It's okay.
Like smashing their windows.
Yeah, I'll smash it.
Oh, you think I'm dangerous? I'll show you dangerous. Pick up my sticks and shit.
And it's a bit hard also to get too mad because there's also this whole angry black woman stereotype. Yeah. So when I get irrational, you're like, oh, you're getting irrational.
Oh,
you know?
Sassy. Look at her sad. And you start doing this.
Exactly. So I've had power in dealing with them calmly and making them feel like they're stupid in the situation as compared to I am.
Just being smarter.
Yeah.
You're smarter.
Mm-hmm. Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Because where do those stereotypes come from? Like that's what we're...
From TV.
Yeah.
It's usually come from
basically
TV.
just media. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's true. Because like every time they quote Nairobi, they never show the city. They show like the bush somewhere. It's probably not. Sometimes it's not even Nairobi. It's not. It's not. It's just like a general fallow land that they decided to call this is Africa.
So you don't look out your window and you can't see like giraffe or whatever.
No.
the same way, like when you see India, like people relate it to Slumdog Millionaire, like if but it really isn't, like it really isn't, like you won't go. I mean, obviously there are certain parts of it which are like that. Yeah. But if you walk down Mumbai, it's not like that. Like I mean, it's a lot.
It's all we see. That's all we're exported to almost.
So people have this misconception that people who come from, let's say, India, Kenya, they might not know how to speak in English properly or whatever. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a mindset they have, but then it's not really true.
It's just the fear mongering of the news and the media and stuff. It's just going, these people are enemies. Yeah. And also, do you get this? Have you been told this? Like a lot of call centers and stuff, they're in India. Yeah. So people associate people ringing them from India, and they just get annoyed, and somehow it's your fault. Yeah. No,
but fortunately, I've not experienced something like that. Yeah. But then again, I don't talk to a lot of people, so.
You just shut your mouth and do nothing. No one will ever hurt you.
Yeah. Social.
Oh, that's good. I just don't talk to people. People are just so afraid of everything, of difference. I love differences. I'm like, where are you from? What can you make me? Cook me something. I'll wash up. Like, that's how it goes. I'm not just going to, don't be my cooking person, personal chef. But they just get And I think that's where all the stereotypes come from. They're like, oh no, have you heard about these people? They speak this language and they celebrate that. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. But some people are just like, oh, that's weird. I mean, that's not weird. It's different. Like, do you want us to just dress the same and look the same and do the same shit? It's boring.
I think it would be sad if we were just a monotone society.
Yeah.
Like,
what would we eat?
What would be there?
Just
like,
plain white bread.
We would never have discovered some things were supposed to be edible, maybe.
No, and music as well, and art.
Yeah,
the
true.
melting pot comes from all those interesting influences.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that stuff at all.
Today there's a shop there in the suburb somewhere in Melbourne. I have the snippet. I'll show you after. There's a post on the door. They're not allowing 14 to 18-year-old black children into the store.
Yes.
Yeah, into a store because they've been robbing the stores. These the youths. So from 14 to 18, black youths are not allowed into that store. And then he adds "and dogs."
That hurts.
Yeah,
That
hurts.
That's like, did you just put me in the same category?
Yeah.
As that?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I love dogs, but that's
Yeah.
different. See, that hurts because some people, again, it just comes from fear.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't see myself. I think they'd be like, I don't see myself as racist. I have literally been robbed that many times by this group of people.
Yeah.
I'm protecting my business.
Yeah, true.
Which is shitty. It's shitty on those kids for doing that.
It is,
And then
and
you-
it's
it
shitty
gives
also
everyone
because like those who are not doing that, perfectly good, like substantial
many
people
people.
in the society are being rejected from places just
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
what they're affiliated with, like in terms
so,
of
like,
their country.
Such a
and their
small
people.
few just
Yeah.
ruin it for everyone else
real
because
sad.
there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, because I'm guessing like if I didn't know that, I would have walked by and tried to get into the store obliviously someday.
Yeah.
And this guy may have been like, "Nah, not you." And I
It will be rude.
I wouldn't even have realized it. Like I didn't know it was a thing that they could do that now. I don't walk around with that kind of baggage.
Yeah.
I don't even feel it until somebody brings it like to my doorstep. So I just try to surround myself with positive energy unless they come into my space.
Yeah.
And when they do, they're not welcome because they've come into my space. I can choose to get out of their space and keep living.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is like that, you know?
But we all have idiots. Like everyone
Yes.
has.
Yeah,
and
Of
that's
course.
what you were
That's
saying
why,
before. It's
yeah.
like it's not it speaks more about them than
It does
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be better than this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna just be the bigger person.
Oh, don't get
it's
me
hard
wrong.
to be
It's
so
hard.
fabulous.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yes.
It's
I walk
so
away
hard.
talking to myself half the time, all the way until under the bridge. I was just like, just breathe, just breathe. Don't go back. Don't go back. Don't be that person.
Someone's like, I was just this woman just clicking under a bridge.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's wrong
talking
with
to
you?
herself.
You know, and you get mad at the other person and they've not even done anything. You're like, what are you looking at? It's just sad. But once you get over it and you're the bigger person, you look back to the situation, you're like, yeah, it's better than having handled it wrong.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what could have happened. You're in a foreign country, you don't know how they handle like a situation where you're having an altercation with people. Because like back home, if I decided to shout at a guy, it would just be like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's just shouting.
Yeah, I think that's
You
one
know.
of the things which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
there. Like you would feel a little scared to react, like even if something bad's happening
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
I mean, but then that's natural. Like for example, when I was in Dubai for 4 years, you do tend to feel a little scared. Like, what if I react in a bad way and it comes back to and the thing is when you are in a different country, you by default represent the entire country.
Yeah,
Like,
you're an
Yeah.
ambassador.
you just
Yeah.
do. I
Definitely.
mean, and people don't get it all the time. Like sometimes, and it works both ways. Like it can be for a good thing, it can be for a bad thing, whatever. So you need to be a little like, if something like that happened back at home, like what the cab situation.
Yeah.
I think I would have dealt with it a lot differently if I was
Yes.
back home. But then
Yeah.
over here, you can't really.
You can't really.
You're
You
more
really
vulnerable
don't.
as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know many people.
Yeah, you don't know too many people. It's at night. You're probably alone. You don't have a lot of like
Yeah.
evidence about what's going
Yeah.
on. So if this situation is turned on you, you look like the guilty other party because there's a stereotype around
Yeah.
you already.
Yeah. true.
So
Yeah.
it's
Even
a
though
bit
you have
hard.
every right because they
Yeah.
fired you up, but it's
Yeah.
like this isn't. Oh, I can't win. Damn it! Why do I have to be everything?
Exactly.
And sometimes you feel like you don't know what actually you need to do because you don't have any person to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the main thing.
My best experience has been meeting Rick, honestly. One, in school. No,
He
I
was
mean he's
driving a
been...
cab. No. It's
Because
racist.
like back home in Kenya, the Indian society is very ostracized from the African society because we were set apart by the colonists. So, like, you don't find a lot of, they always look down on you and there's a superiority complex among the Indian community over there.
Really?
But when I've come here, some of my closest friends are from the Indian community here. Like, it's Rick and I have
it's taboo.
Yeah. Like, I have like 4 or 5 friends from, and some of them are even from Kenya, and they don't have that. And they're working on breaking the barriers amongst their parents. Because like, I have one who tells me that her mother believes that Caucasians are more superior than she is, and she just doesn't know. She doesn't have a reason for it, and she tries to bring her mother over and tell her we are all the same. You can't keep living in that past, you know.
Especially now with the climate as well.
And I really appreciate that because Melbourne, as much as I've had a bit of that, I've had more of this as well.